Warning, the following contains graphic material of a maturing nature. Viewership is strongly advised if you'd like to live a long and happy life.
North of 49, a guide to the rest of your life. Welcome to North of 49. Today we meet Dave Stafford, a man with an exceptional commitment to giving back. Dave, who lost his wife to cancer a few years back, has found a way to find new meaning in his life. He spends his time volunteering at the Wildlife Rescue Association, Air Canada's Dreams Take Flight program, and Vancouver General Hospital, to name a few. In today's show, we'll talk to volunteer coordinator Linda Bacher of the Wildlife Rescue Association about some volunteer opportunities. And later, we'll speak with Lynette Pollard-Eglert, Executive Director of the Living Through Loss Counselling Society of BC, about what she calls the uniqueness of grief. Dave Stafford grew up in a family that embraced a tradition of giving back to their community.
My father was a superintendent of schools, and he was always dealing with people. And we were always, as kids, with them. So I guess it was sort of built in.
Dave continued this tradition when he had his own children, volunteering with the PTA, Cubs, and Girl Guides. But one of his most cherished volunteer opportunities came through Air Canada, where he worked in customer service for over 40 years. In the mid-90s, Dave started his volunteer career with Dreams Take Flight, a non-profit program run by Air Canada that takes physically, mentally, or socially challenged children to Disneyland for the day.
In 1995, I started helping, which you have to put in your time in order to go on the flight, and which was in 1996. And the first group I went down with on the flight was with the cerebral palsy children. And I'll never forget it.
While working with Dreams Take Flight, Dave took his volunteer spirit to the next level, inventing an alter ego called Captain Dreams.
Captain Dreams came out of a time when we were fundraising, but we said, well, let's sort of dress up. Let's do something different. So I thought, well, I'll go have a cape or something, and get a hard hat and put some silver paper on it. So here's a suit with the name Captain Dreams. Yeah, and it stuck.
A few years back, Dave had the pleasure of running into a young woman whom he'd met on his first trip with Dreams Take Flight. It's moments like this that remind Dave why he donates so much of his time to others.
Would she remember me? Hey, I had my long Santa beard on. And so I went in and I introduced myself to the care aide. And here she is, a young lady now. But I said, do you remember going to Disneyland? Oh yeah, big smile.
Dave also spends a lot of his time volunteering with the Wildlife Rescue Association, picking up injured and distressed animals and taking them to the center to be rehabilitated. Once the animals are healthy enough, Dave releases them back into the wild. On this day, Dave has received a call about a seagull in distress. He drives 30 minutes to pick up the bird, and then he takes it to the Wildlife Rescue Center. It's all part of Dave's 7 days a week on call commitment to pick up and release wildlife as is needed. Always one to inspire others, Dave makes it a point to take a photo of the animal he is rescuing.
And of course these pictures, like the seagull, I sent a picture of it electronically just to say, hey, this is what happened. It's been released.
Dave has also clocked over 1,000 hours volunteering with the Vancouver General Hospital, the Burnaby Lakes Parks Association, and several other meaningful causes. Always one to be involved, Dave was recently featured in a local newspaper for speaking out about the rise in property tax in his area, a topic that is close to his heart. Dave has lived in the same house in Burnaby since he and his wife bought it in 1964.
Met my wife in 1958 in New Westminster. She happened to be a friend of my brother's wife. They'd gone to school together. Her name is Lois, and she has a friend, Deanna. Deanna became my wife in 1960. Yeah, and she died in 2007.
After over 40 years of marriage, Dave lost his wife to cancer. He found solace in spending time outdoors, at a spot near Port Hardy where he has often fished.
Each year I go up, and in the year my wife died, I went up in 2007 and spent a week there by myself, soul searching. And it's nature, nature. The birds, the blue herons, the crows, the eagles. Stop and listen to nature. It's all around you.
At 77, Dave continues to make meaning in his life through his heartfelt volunteerism, spending time with family and friends, enjoying his hobbies, and eternally reaching for his goals.
I love fishing. It's a lot of fun. And I take one of my children with me. And you pick up cod or lingcod and halibut. I still have one of those things in my bucket list is to catch a big halibut.
North of 49, a guide to the rest of your life.